baby, mommy, you see, you mashing my steez. I'm the foot from swine. I see, baby. As the shine they enter. What's up, guys? Baby. Okay. Huh? Okay. Okay. Baby, 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 so mommy. You know, say you matching my steez. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Half Command Podcast. This is the live show. Let's wait for the rest of these guys to come in. Can I hold my nose? Who is this? Do you want to become it? As the child they enter. When you can play, can you see? More good. Okay. I was actually running late today, man. I did not even know I was going to do any live show today. Today was a very, very slow day. I woke up around 4:30 this morning and I could not sleep again. So I was up for like 2 hours. Then I slept again. Then I woke up 5 minutes past 9 o'clock in the morning. My woman did not even touch me at all. She did not wake me up. So I had to get up, do my workout exercise, go and bathe real quick, and prepare myself for you guys. Then I made one content and I posted that content. And now we are here. What year? Now we are here. Hope you guys are having a good day. Shall we? Okay. What's going on, friends? Where are my people? Keep the likes up. The 148 Bible. Keep the likes up. Yeah, we don't want your gift. We don't want anything. Just your likes. Keep the likes up, man. Let's keep it popping. And let's talk. Let's have a good time. Shout out to you, Francis. Today's good. We don't need your gift. Keep your gift though. Just your likes. Keep the likes up. Let's talk. Let's vibe. If this is your first time of coming to this live show, it's usually very, very fun though. I try to make it spicy, but very, very educational, very, very fun, entertaining, and I read all my comments. You don't need to do any extra thing. I read all my comments. And then that being said, if you do anyhow here, I'll block you. Because we are women. you come here and come and do anyhow, I will block you. But still on still, it's a fun place to be, man. A fun platform. So we don't criticize, we don't, we are not judgmental of nobody. Come and vibe, come on. OTE. Is that Omobolanle Sukura? Shout out to you though. I wish I know what she looks like. She's one of the first people that subscribe. There's this thing that TikTok set up for me where people can subscribe though. She's a supporter. Shout out to you, my love. You have my respect. You have my respect though. You have my respect. Thank you so much for everything. I believe she lives in the UK. I don't know what part, but I believe that's where she lives. But shout out to you, my love. Shout out to you though. And to the rest of you that are loving us. We love you guys too. Man. Shout out to Mayor Debo. What's going on, Baba? How you doing now? And which day is again? Rexy. Shout out to Rexy though. Shout out to the rest of you, man. The content I made this morning is about. I made a content and I posted this morning about fathers. Men need to be very, very careful when scolding their children and how they raise their boys. You don't want an enemy in your camp. You get my point? A lot of fathers will call it tough love. It's not tough love when you are abusive. There's a reason why children gravitate towards their mother. We are all men. The African Men Podcast, it is a man's platform. Don't be an unfortunate being. Don't be an unfortunate being. The only contribution that most fathers focus on in the household is finance and safety. Anything emotional, they will leave it to their mom. They will leave it to the mom. Go and meet your mother for emotional support. But what I noticed is, as men get older, they need emotional support from their children. They want their children to come to them for counsel, and they want to be able to talk to their children about how they are feeling right now. So you have to cultivate these things from the foundation level. Make it easy for your children to talk to you. But because men are powered by ego, I'm preparing that child for real life. Who told you that your son is not, life is not going to deal with your son? Life is going to mess your son up. You understand? The only thing you can do for your child is guide them. Life is going to happen. However tough love you give, it might happen. You understand? Now Ashake father has now come, he came online. Go down now. That's not good. That dude is an international artist. You understand? An image like that is going to tarnish the image of Ashake. His father coming, that's not good. I'm not in support of that father coming out. Especially at the time right now when he just left a record label. His stability as a boss owner, because now he's the owner of his own record label. He's trying to balance himself. This is not the time for that man to come out. Me like Yawon Wabe. And I understand all these semantics because Yoruba people will say, Omotoba Dani Tibabe. The only reason why the man came out now to say, okay, that's my son, is because Ashake is doing well. If Ashake is a bad boy that no one wants to be seen with him, the man will never ever come out. So with that semantics, it shows that there is a conditional love that fathers give to their sons. But what is the difference between the father love and the mother love? Mothers usually present their love in a way that I will always love you, irrespective of whatever you become. But I will be happy if you become good. You see the difference? On this platform, we talk a lot about there's no such thing as unconditional love. Because think unconditional love now. But mothers present their love in a way that it is unconditional, that I love you, I will never leave you. Mothers do that. And I will say this again, my good friends. Emotional contribution is far more superior than financial contribution. The attitude you give while giving that food, that clothing, that shelter, that security, you cannot compare it to emotional support. That's the reason why children will always look up to their moms and say, my mom has always been there. But it was the father that was funding the life. But anytime the man comes out, he's always like this. Nobody can talk to him. And before you know what's up as a man, you're going to become an enemy of your own house. You still have an opportunity to have sex with your mom. Come on now. Just because you have sex with your mom, that does not mean shit. It's just a way to make you believe that you are in control. And eventually, it always shows. All those men in Chicago that went to school with my dad, their children have left them. Their wife has used the excuse to go and take care of. You understand? In this America, we are him. But when I talk about these things, men are strictly powered by ego. And men will say, a good child is good. A good child is going to be what? The emotional support that you want at an older age. Why didn't you give it to that boy or to that daughter? While they are coming up. African parents are even weird. African parents are even worse. You don't understand? That's why I said emotional contribution is far more superior than financial contribution. That is, if you don't have, you have to let them know and talk to them. You understand? Most fathers do not sit down with their children and just talk, just vibe. How is school? How is life with you? Who are your new friends that you? Most fathers don't do it. All they just do, they ask their boy, they ask their wife, have they eaten? How is their school? That's all. No connection. So that means you are struggling pointlessly, because men struggle a lot. Men struggle. So that means you are suffering pointlessly. Even when it's time to buy them anything, you don't buy those things directly for your children. You give their mother the money. This is how most men operate. And eventually, those children will say, I've always seen my mother. My mother has always been there for me. But you were the one that were funding the life, but you were doing it pointlessly. Pointlessly. Because, see, it's almost like you're not in the picture. You are like a sugar daddy, stepdad. For one, you don't live in that house. You go, you come anytime you want. You don't talk to the children. You just come there, you have sex. You make baby with their moms. You are a fool. A big fool. Let's read the comments. So it's all about self-awareness. David, okay. Shout out to you. Let's see. What is this? Kata said, I like this topic. A lot of content creators said, I'm disappointed in Ashake. Let me tell you something. We are all human beings. Contempt and dislike and hatred is not something that happens all of a sudden. Everybody. You don't understand? Everybody. Most African, I get a lot of message from a lot of Africans. Most of them, they live in the same household with their dad and their mom, and they cannot have conversation with their father because his face is always like this. And eventually, when those children become something with their life, that man is going to request emotional support from them. There's this Yoruba saying that my mentors used to say back in the day. They say, "Idunu ni oúnjẹ àgbà," which is happiness is the soul food of the elders. That is some bullshit. Everybody craves happiness at one point in time. Everybody, it's not just the elders. If not, you will become an enemy of your own house. Especially when you don't do normal with the mother of that boy. And I say this all the time. There are certain things that the mother of those children can do. I'm talking about there are certain things that your wife can do to those children and go scot-free. You, a man, you and I, if we do 10, 15% of it, they will hate us. But then, because the ego of a man is on the line here, Like, what do you mean I can't say what I want to my son? What do you mean I can't? And nothing is going to happen. You will not be the first man that is neglected by his children. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you. Stop passing down chaos and pain unnecessary. It's pointless. A lot of content creators are saying, as a man, you better prepare for old age. They are talking about finance. You think we are talking about money here? It's not finance. You can be a billionaire and your children doesn't want anything with you because every time they talk to you, you always want to fight. Alagidin, happy and blessed for the first said, parents need to cherish and show love to their kids when they are raising them. Speaking from experience, of course. It is very, very common in African household. You understand? They provide you food, clothing, and shelter. But anything emotional, the father does not usually participate. And they tell you. And most fathers, the bigger percentage of those fathers, they expect those children to understand that it is tough love. Or more cake. You understand? Because they are coming up. Their brain is just maturing. They can only see things from their own worldview, from their experience. And every child is going to love the person that has always been there. I'm telling you the truth. Every child. Hey, Star 23. I know you're upset with me. Don't be upset with me. That I did not read all those messages. I did not read all those emails. It's a lot of emails. How are you, my love? It's good to see you again. This computer headlight is doing anyhow. But let's see. Like I get a lot of message from young boys. You understand? Young boys will reach out to me, a stranger that does not know anything about you. They will be telling me certain things, and I will ask questions. It's very common. Guys in the United States, guys from United Kingdom, and from major countries in Africa. And then I will ask, where's your father? You know those guys that were born in 2002, 2025, 2005, 2006. Where's your dad? They will say they live together. You should talk to your dad about these things you're talking to me. He said, my dad will not understand. I know Baba man shame me because, I feel sorry for most men because you work so hard, pointlessly. You don't understand? That's why I said emotional support is far more superior than financial support. So it is your responsibility. It is the expectation on your life as a man to offer finance and safety and security for the family, but include emotional contribution. It is for your own good. It is for your own good. All that tough love nonsense. Look at Ashake's father. Oh yeah, there are so many men. Look at the presentation of that man. He looks unkept. Koyeni, he looks very, very unkept. Omama Yakpao, it's possible for a child to get to one place and wants to misbehave. A lot of influences. Me, for example, you mistake that is. Can you possibly imagine how much mistake that we have made? Our mother was aware of those mistakes. You understand? She did not force it that you have to change, which is one thing that most women do. But they will find a way to deter you and make you become better. A lot of fathers would disown their son. This one is not my child. So there's a conditional love right there. For your own children, a conditional love. Conditional love is false. We talk about this on this podcast all the time. Conditional love is, I love you when you are doing well. That is the love that women have for men. But their mother will present it in a way that I will always be here. Where's that? Hey, Collins, what's going on, Baba? This is excellent because it brings awareness. Shout out to you, Don. University days, my dad won't call me more than twice in a semester. My mom calls me like a girlfriend. You get my point? This is a man, mayor. When he eventually makes it, what do you think? And majority of the time, it is the men that funds the lifestyle of the whole household, working tirelessly to pay school fees, to pay the bills of everything. Why can't you include emotional skinny? No, he's going to figure it out. I don't want to raise weak boys. You are a fool. Along or Daniel, irrespective of how old you are. Don said each parent has their own individual relationship with their children. Don, let me tell you something. We're talking about results right now. Output. Output of result. Me have been everywhere. And one of the things I take interest in is human behavior. You understand? I love to know the outcome of things. It does not work. Majority of children, they gravitate towards their mothers. It's a known fact. If a man makes $1 million right now, I'm telling you, there's a very, very big chance that he's going to spend $50,000 on his mother. Out of that 1 million, he's not going to spend that same money on his father. Lie. That's the truth. Why do you think that is? If the man is the one that funds the lifestyle, that is financial contribution. Why is it that children and people reward emotional contribution more than people who contribute financial? That's what I'm saying. Brownie K said, entitlement Nigerian. Yeah, like most African parents are even worse. I'm telling you, you can't talk to them. But you're fortunate if, let's say, your parents have Western culture. My father came to America when he was like 23 years old or like 24. That's different. But most people are just weird. Mama Shewa wire koda. Kata said, story of my life. I grew up and understood better. I just had to make peace with it. That's exactly what I'm saying. That is usually the expectation that you just have to accept. But from my worldview, from doing multiple researches around, it breeds contempt. It breeds contempt where you can't check the man. You just have to accept it that, okay, he was just trying to give you tough love. It breeds contempt. And that contempt is going to breed trauma. Let's say, I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. But I have contempt for you. I just be looking at you like, your boy, this person that did so thing for me. But I can't check it. I just have to accept it. It's going to breed trauma. It's going to affect me in the long run. Not you though, but it's going to affect me. Because I have contempt for you and I can't talk about it. That's why I said men need to change their, you understand? But they will not listen because men are powered by ego. If you watch the way men treat their sons, to you, you're preparing them. There are better ways to do it. That is all I'm saying. Because for one, the Yoruba saying that goes like, Omotoba daniti babe, it shows that you have conditional love for that child. Conditional love is, come on now. And that's the difference between moms and dads. Moms present their love in a unconditional. I love you under no circumstance. Now, we are here right now, finished product. We're doing well. We still, life still goes, but we are presentable. Parents of other people will see us and say they want us. I want a son like this. When I was a bad boy, you would never pray for a boy like me. That's the truth. Because someone can say mistake. Most fathers, once you start doing anyhow, they will cut you off immediately because there is no emotional connection. Yela one saw. DJ Sir Alex. Hey, shout out to you, my good man. I see your likes every now and then. Shout out to you, man. He said most women prioritize using the emotional support to make children believe their father is careless. It is a strategy. I made this content a couple of months ago. I said a child would offend his mother. His mother would say, let's wait for your father to come. I'm going to report you to your father. Rather than scold that child and leave it right there. The father will come back from work. She will do her face like this. The man will say, what's the problem? The mom will say, is your son that, or is your daughter that has been stressing me? The mom will say, what happened? They will tell you story. You a fool. The man will remove belt and start beating that child. You're not going to eat food in this house. The wife will start begging you on behalf of the child that has not, you understand, for doing something that has nothing to do with you. They will start begging you. Emma Binu, sir, it's okay, my love. If I hear any sound from you again, I'm going to kill you for something that has nothing to do with you. Remember, you are the husband and the wife came together to say that son or that daughter is not going to have any food in this house tonight. Let's say the man decides to go and shower or go out to go and hang out with his friends. That same mother is going to give food to that child and say, you better eat it real quick. Don't let your mother see you. Don't let your father see you. Now you are an enemy, or you have, I don't even know how to put that thing. You have involved yourself in scenarios that almost has nothing to do with you. But because men are powered by ego, I can do anything I like to my child. I know and shame me. I know and shame me. Carter said, my own even arrested me one time. You see what I'm saying? I want you. Shout out to you, Nix. You understand? Because this thing is very, very common on social media, where you see fathers who start coming out. Now they are older, they are like 60 something going to 70. Now they will start crying that their children do not take care of them. They have money, but they crave emotional support from those children. Emotional support that you did not cultivate when they were young. You understand? You did not contribute any emotional whatever in as simple as conversation. Simple conversations like, how far now? What's going on? How is life with you? It's been a while we talk. What's up? Understand? Any new friends in school? What's going on in school? Tell me about your school. Tell me about the girls in your school. Tell me about the guys in your school. As simple as that conversation is, men struggle with it. I tell you. You were supposed to text me back. I'll DM you again. Please DM me. Star 23. No vex. That's why I said Biko. They emotionally damage us and feel entitled to our lives and start blackmailing. And the gaslighting is even ridiculous though. Because when men get to a certain stage, it's almost like they don't self-reflect. Know that, okay, maybe it's because I did so. That's why this boy. Some of them will just take it and say, but I was just trying to raise. Man, shut up. You were being abusive. That is abuse. Maybe you don't know. Verbal. There are certain things you say to people that cause more damage than physical abuse. Emotional abuse, you don't understand? Abuse. There are different levels of abuse. Most men are emotionally, verbally abusive to their wives and to their children. Okay, let's say a child does not have the power to scold his father, but he has the power to ignore you completely when he eventually becomes and fucking leave you alone. In this real life we live in. Wow, okay, man. Hey, Bamidele. How do we as a new generation now give emotional support to our kids? I just told you. When you give emotional support, when you give financial support and contribution to your household, take time for your children. Make the time to talk to them. You need to know their mind and be a good listener. Most fathers are not good listeners. I swear to you. And I say this. As a leader, you need empathy and compassion What kind of a leader are you when you lack empathy and compassion? You don't understand? You find most men struggle to see the world from the view of a young boy, from the high lens of a young lady or young girl. You understand? Oh, mama, she mistake. Oh, come on now. Everybody, no one is perfect. You have to be there to guide them, not they will figure it out. Figure from where? Like from where? The Yoruba people said, Ọ̀làlà tó ń lági, tí kò mẹ́nu kúrò lára gi, ó ní nǹkan tó fẹ́ lára gi. Which simply means that when you understand, when you take interest in something and you apply pressure to it, back to back, there's something you want to benefit out of it, which is the outcome. I love you. I want you to do better. That is why I'm asking you, what is the problem? Talk to me, my son. I love you. Mo fẹ́ gbọ́. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what are you feeling? What is going on the inner side of you? Talk to me. And the Yoruba people that said, lẹ́yìn ìyá ẹni àti bàbá ẹni, ẹni àwọn tán, ẹni wọn ni ló kù, which means that outside of your father and your mother, nobody truly loves you. These are statements you use to perform that surgery on mental level, on psychological level, on emotional level with your kids. Ìyẹn làwa ń sọ. Stop abusing your children and calling it tough love. Abuse is abuse. Neglect, as simple as neglect is, it is a form of abuse. It is a form of emotional abuse. Kò yé ẹni, just abandoning your children and their mother and just going about your way to start another family. That is abuse. It is neglect. You have to know all these things. And then you come back later and then you expect them to understand that it's tough love. Fuck you. But this is our generation now. We can do better. Yes, we can do better. A lot of young boys, they jump into relationship with very, very manipulative women, all because they are looking for people to talk to. And the first woman that can talk to them like this, aside from their mother, because obviously they cannot have sex with their moms. You understand? They jump into that. And, this is real life. People will weaponize your weakness. Kata said, tough love, they damage us without even knowing. It is abuse. I'm telling you the truth. How do I start? 23 said, how do I speak to my husband to show my love or emotions to my 17-year-old son? You are the one that will talk to your son. He's a young boy. He's a young man. You are the one that will do that work. I'm telling you, that stage of his life is very, very critical. It's going to impact most of his life. You have to make him believe that he can talk to you about anything. And I'm talking about, because most of this is going to tell you, you probably won't like it. Because his brain is just maturing. You have to be a good listener. Let him talk and just listen. Just talk and just listen. As would you believe this? In African home, as simple as conversations as people voicing their opinion, people talking and you just listening like this, most men, they struggle with it. I swear to you, man. They struggle with it. But when they eventually become older, Totin Dagba, now they want to be able to express how they feel to those children. Nibo lo ti fẹ́ ṣe yẹn. Oh God, go and deal with your emotions, man. This is real life. Hey, Nix. Emotions govern the way you move in the world. Yeah. OAG said it builds low self-esteem in the child. Of course, it breeds a lot of things though. Like I said, contempt equals to trauma. That's the fact. And the output of trauma, it can be anything. It's possible for that child to become dismissive of other people's emotion. It's possible for that child to become abusive to other people. Because, he doesn't have a very, or she doesn't have any good example. This is how people become bad seed. Remember, we all have our worldview and translation of those worldview. Moa said, wish my dad was listening to this right now. Your dad does not need to listen to this right now. You're going to become a father or a mother someday. You have to do better. If Ashake's father has done well, his son is going to be there for him. I saw that video. I felt bad. Baba, it looks unkept. He said he has been calling his son since 2022. My question was, before 2022, when was the last time you spoke to him? So that means if that boy did not become something, you will not even want to talk to him. Now you come online on social media, it's almost like that man is trying to tarnish his image. Nick said, before a man realizes his father is right all this while, he has already become a father as well. Let me tell you something, Nick. That is an excuse you're giving. It is an excuse that is famously talked about in the masculine world, that before you understand why your father does certain things. That is a lie. I talk to a lot of young people on this platform. The bigger percentage of people that follow me are young men. Majority of them, they have contempt for their dads, and they've not made it, and they still live in the same household with that man. That man fund their lifestyle. That's what I'm saying. And eventually, the expectation is you're going to understand that I mean well. What I'm talking about today is stop equaling abuse and calling it tough love. Abuse is abuse. Tough love is different. Abuse is abuse. You are being abusive. Francis said, yup, I'll spend 10x more on my mom. Majority of men will spend more money on their mother than their father. I'm telling you. Most men do not, it's almost like there is no reward. It's almost like there is no reward for financial contribution that men give to their family. It's a known fact that the bigger percentage of young boys that become successful young men or become successful men, they give more to their mothers. They give more to their moms. They tell you. But the ego of a man, men are powered by ego. Men will say, someday you're going to understand that I mean well. Sure. Okay. Hey, Sally Nusk. How you doing, my love? How are you? It hit me one day. This is for Tiwa. I believe Tiwa is a woman. Tiwa said, it hit me one day that I've been trying to earn my value rather than believing I was born with it. Of course. And that, that's what I meant by abuse. Men, they need to stop using that concept of tough love. It is abuse. You get me? But because they can't do nothing about it, it is going to breed contempt. Contempt is not hatred. Contempt is not dislike. That's what I'm saying. Because he can't do nothing about it. Like, this is a known fact. And eventually he's going to start his own life. And if the mother, let's say the wife, your wife, their mother, if their mom likes you, she will be the one that will be telling them and say, when was the last time you spoke to your dad? You need to talk to your dad. He asks of you today. It's not supposed to be so. If you do normal, your son will talk to you. They tell you. If that does not tell you anything, do not complain every time you're talking to your children. They have their own life. While Baba and Lori social media like this, they will be crying that their children is not there. Their children are not there for them. So at an older age, you know the importance of emotional contribution. You know, you yearn for it, you need it, you crave for it from your children. But when they were young, you never gave it to them. That's the truth. You never gave it to them. This is real life. This is real life. And in this real life, whatever you give, you get. And I say this all the time. You have to apply common sense. Their mother can get away with a lot of things. You and I, men, but the ego of men, what does that mean in English? A child that I use my penis to. You are a dummy. You are. I can't pronounce your name. Sometimes men just need someone that will not condemn them to hell when they go astray. Exactly. I made an example the other time. I said, which simply means that, you know, a child, both male and female, will get to a certain level where they will make certain mistake, including myself. I got there where I made certain mistake. If my father was aware of those mistakes, he would have disowned me. Our mother is fully aware about every mistake I've made. I'm telling you, fully aware. I'm telling you, the way mothers shows their love, it's almost like unconditional love. But we know there's no such thing as unconditional love. You don't understand? Now, we are here right now. I see the way my father talks about me to his friend. That's my son. But if I don't make it, it's obvious that that man is not going to Komweri. But funny, this is real life. He inherited someone else's beef. Bisolachi. So we are the kids. We the kids, we are not blind. She needs all the attention now. But our dad was the one who struggled for us. Of course. That is your father struggled for you. That is the financial contribution, the safety contribution, the shelter contribution. There is no reward on this. If a man does not include emotional contribution, I'm telling you, everything to shake patapata, it is pointless. It is pointless. Because eventually they will go for their mom. Guys, today we are drinking pomegranate and thyme, garlic and ginger. Just trying to reset the Oshati here. So men need to do better. I don't want shame me because I am a man. You don't understand? I don't want man shame me, man. A lot of young men, once they make it like this, they don't really have that good rapport with their dads. I feel sorry for older men. I do, because I am a man. I am a man. And I ask myself, why? Why is it that most men gravitate towards their mom? I say this all the time. My dad is my friend. I talk to him every day. But when shit hits the fan, I'm going to pick my mom. I'm going to pick my mom because my mom has always been there. But it was our father that funded. Why is it like that? Why is it like that? It's even worse when I move abroad for school. Of course, when you move abroad for school, the only people you'll be talking to is your mom. No, understand? It's your mom. And eventually, your dad will start complaining that you don't call him. Why can't he call you? You don't understand? Well, Alexi said, why not both of them? What do you mean, why? Hey, Franklin, what's going on, bro? Well, Alexi said, why not both of them? From speaking to different men, one of the things they mentioned to me is when they talk to their fathers, there is always conflict. You understand me? Like, take for example, you give advice to your son. to do certain things. You can give your opinion. That does not mean your opinion has to be final. Majority of African men make this mistake. What they do is they command. This is what you should do. You don't understand. You learn to respect people's, you learn to give people the option to make decision, to make their own decision on their life. Give them counseling. Counsel them and make sure they make the best decision. That is the way to do it. Francis said, sometimes when you call, the way you respond make you regret calling in the first place. That is what I'm saying. We are all human beings. When you call your mother on the phone, your mom is joyful, happy to talk to you. When you talk to a friend, your friend is joyful, happy to talk to you. Most men, they think they are being assertive. They are going to ignore you. One, I'm telling you. They are going to leave you. Known themselves mutual respect. One of the things I notice is most African parents, they want one-sided respect. They don't regard their children. You have to give respect to gain respect. Learn to respect your children. Mutual respect. The Yoruba people have this saying, they said, Tawoba kifawo. Hey, wala isotona tawoba kifawo. Awa kifawo egbe. Tawoba kifawo. Awa kifawo egbe. We understand we are not on the same level, but you have to, if you want to raise your children to be leaders, give them their respect, counsel them well, you understand, guide them on the right track, and talk to them like the final decision is up to you. I hope you make the right one. Stop enforcing nonsense. Koyeni, stop enforcing nonsense. Respect is reciprocal. I wasn't close. Okay, Franklin said, I wasn't close to my dad at the beginning, but we use football to build our relationship. That is a man that wants to build our rapport. You get me? We understand life happens. Life beats men down. But so your investment does not become pointless, you have to include emotional contribution. Make the time for your kids to ask them questions, to be curious about their life. Kilon Shellen, now what's going on, my love? What is happening in your year? What is going on? When they start having girlfriend, take the time to ask about their relationship. When they start having boyfriend, take the time to know about that guy. Don't just do your face like this. You're going to be neglected. They will ignore you like you don't exist. And nothing is going to happen. This is real life. This is real life. So, let's read this. Let's read this again. This is Walexi said, I prefer discussing business with my father than mom. Too much emotional. If it works for you, I talk to my dad every day. You get me? But majority of the men that reach out to me on this platform, I talk to both of my parents every day. But majority of the men that reach out to me on this platform, they don't have that rapport with their dad. And I encourage men to have that rapport. But the man also has to meet them halfway. You have to meet them halfway. If they call you, talk to them like you have common sense. You understand? Talk to them like you have brain. Yeah, like one saw. I'm highly disappointed in that video. I have to be frank, because Asake right now, this time, 2024 to around 2027, is going to determine the future of Asake, because he's his own boss right now. I don't think he can afford any scandal, any irresponsible behavior. Like he neglects his parents. He did not neglect. You guys do not have any rapport. And he coming online like that to come and talk, I'm disappointed. The man messed up. Paul said, it's been over 2 months now. I have not even talked to them. Emirat says, sometimes we deserve those punishment and beating from our father. Some children are stubborn goats. Let me tell you something. I'm not talking about the punishment. No, we're not talking about the punishment. How can I explain this? Everything in this life has positive and negative. You understand? When you scold your children, make sure they know the reason why you're scolding them, and don't overdo it. Overdoing it, means so. Do not overdo it. Don't overdo it. Everybody makes mistake. Everybody makes mistake. Look at us right now. Now we are presentable. Everybody likes us. Now we are leaders. We are teachers. I've made a bunch of mistakes now. I'm funny. That's all I'm saying. Even a stubborn child. I cited an example just now. I said, I am your father and I love you. I don't want you to live this life. I don't like it. That is after scolding them. Oh, my name is not just scolding. That's what I said. That stop using abuse and calling it tough love. Neglect is emotional abuse. Vocal abuse is still part of emotional abuse. And a lot of men make this mistake. Let's say their mother now say, oh, you get me? Most men will switch to their mom straight up. And that boy and that daughter is watching how you treat that mom. You think they will let it slide? We are all human beings. When we eventually get power, we always fight back. Maybe you don't understand how power works. We always fight back. The child might not have enough power to deal with you, but they have the power to block you off and just they will move the fuck away from you. Hey, shout out to Fortune. Alpha Bros. Fortune is one of our apex supporter. Shout out to Fortune. How you doing, Baba? We know better now. We will do differently in our parents, and especially in this our evolving world. You have to. That's what I'm saying. All that scolding, all that doing your face like this. A lot of men, would you believe this? When, let's say your son or your daughter comes to meet you in your office or whatever you are in, and tries to talk to you, you say, no, go and meet your mother. That is neglect. It is abuse. It is a form of abuse. But more. Abuse is going to result into contempt, and contempt is going to result into trauma. The output of trauma might be, it's possible for that boy to become, to not consider the emotions of other people. I think Walexi said, mothers are too emotional. Everything are Jesus. But talk now. Let me tell you something, Walexi. Let me tell you harsh reality. It is a known fact that when men get older, they crave emotional support from their children. Not from their wives. From their children. You get me? It is a known fact. You think women are emotional. Wait until you become older and you're not getting that substantial emotional support from your children. You understand what I'm saying? Because me, I talk to different men every day. Some of them are my father's friend, and they used to be my mentors. And they would tell me that Omo Mekini can she buy it for me. Some of my son, it is usually the outcome. It is usually the outcome. That's why I said, if you want emotional contribution and emotional support in your older days, cultivate it into your children. Simple conversations like, how are you, my love? How is school? What game are you guys playing? All right, let me join you guys. But doing your face like this, that does not mean you're going to get shit. Okay, you pay school fees. Okay, you pay. It is your responsibility. Oh, boy, you're doing your responsibility. Just because you do your responsibility, nobody owes you shit. You're the one that use your pennies to give birth to somebody. That does not mean you will get return on that investment. This is real life. Adigun said, I'm surprised by this because you usually have very conservative opinions. What are you surprised about? Tell me what you're surprised about. I absolutely agree with what you're saying. Okay. So you agree that's what you're saying. Okay, shout out to you. Men need to learn how to build emotions with their children. That is exactly what I'm saying. Because your financial contribution, it is going to be pointless. It is going to be pointless without that emotional contribution. Mothers, for example, they don't need to give their children money to gain the love of their children. I'm telling you. Moms, they don't need to give you kobo. Even when they say, it's a known fact that mothers are more abusive to their children than fathers. It's a known fact. But mothers know how to. Women are manipulators. They know. But you, a man, me and you, if mothers do 60%, if me and you do 15%, I swear to you. You get my point? And what I try to talk about is, you don't want an enemy in your own camp. You don't want an enemy in your own camp. Enemy bitbawo. You don't want an enemy in your own camp. That's all I'm saying. Oh, for enemy no camp. But because men are powered by ego. What the? Okay. What the hell? Oh, okay. Yummy. Long time. How you dey now? How that way? You don't tell me I don't see you. How you dey now? Yummy. Hope you're well. Yummy. It's good to see you, bros. Yomi said there is difference between discipline and failing as parents. Most parents are failing. You think because you offer food, clothing, shelter, you think you're it's usually pointless. You don't want to be hated by your own people. Because men are based on the fact that men are powered by ego, men will say they will understand eventually. Understand what? Once there is contempt, that contempt has led to trauma. Oh my God, for long, and just because they come to talk to you every now and then, that does not mean that contempt is not there. There is always an outburst of trauma. There's maybe not to the father, but there's always an outburst. History is likely to repeat itself. That's why I said, stop passing down pain. Go and work on yourself. Oh yeah, go and work on yourself. Shout out to you, man. He said, I respect your knowledge, bro. I confirm on your law. Walexi said, but we were brought up like military by our parents, but produced doctors, engineers, and nurses. Let me tell you something, my love. Let me tell you something, my good man. Majority of the time, the bigger percentage of men that are raised like that, they end up hating their fathers. Majority of them, they contribute more into their mother than their father. I'm telling you the truth. That is all we are saying. Raised like military or no raised like military, it does not work. It does not work. Abuse is abuse. Irrespective of how you want to package it, tough love or no tough love, abuse is abuse. Kelvin said, you will be a very good dad for your children if you're not already. I try to be to my niece and my nephew. But let me tell you something. Everything is not big before you pass your points across. Everything is not big. Everything is not big. Everything is not that. They are not your friends. Remember, your children are not your friends and you are not their friends, but they are part of your team. And you have to treat them as such. Not go and figure it out. Figure it out from where? Figure it out from where? From where? Where do you want them to figure it out from? This is real life. They'll figure it out from where? Nibo. Hey, Big Tunde, what's going on, Baba? Of course, today is for men, oh. John. Yeah. You know, it's a man's platform. So Kelvin said, my mom used to get mad at me because I talked too much to her and not to my dad. I did too much. That's because she likes your dad and she wants that relationship. If your dad wants that relationship to grow, he's going to move you. He's going to meet you halfway. They tell you facts. He's going to meet you halfway. He wants that relationship with you. He's going to meet you halfway. They tell you. But financial contribution is not enough. Majority of the time, there is not enough reward. There is not enough reward on the financial contribution that men give. OD Kim, shout out to you, man. Nix, men, we are too tough. This is the result of being tough to one child. May I tell you facts? If you listen to men, if you talk to young boys on this platform, on this African Man podcast, imagine powerful men. They don't have anybody to talk to. Why? Low kidney. No understand. Koda. Like why? They need to be sustainable. Oh, dead, yeah. I understand, Yomi. I understand, man. Thank you for your love and support, Baba. It's good to see you again, man. It's good to see you again. We enter summer now, man. For the past couple of days, like 2-3 days, right here in Minneapolis, it is sunny die. It be like summer already. But yesterday to this morning, it rained though. But we're getting into summertime though. I think we're in spring right now. So what Alexi said, but raising boys are different from raising girls. Boys are more stubborn. Let me tell you something. That is an assumption. Even if they are stubborn, you still can't use abuse to raise them and call it tough love. They might not have power to do anything right now, but take it from me, man. Because they are human beings. And when a human being eventually has power, they always go back to that point of. Always. I'm telling you the truth. Always. When I saw that video of Ashake's dad saying, I'm disappointed. That is not the right time to come out and say anything like that. Things like that is going to affect that dude, especially right now. It's going to affect him. It's going to affect him because he is an independent artist right now. He's trying to assert a domain for himself in the music industry. He cannot afford any reckless, he cannot afford anything like that. If that man is a reasonable father, he should not have come and say anything like that. I'm telling you, Koshe normal, he did not do normal. If he has done normal, your son is not going to cut you off. Oh, she normal. If you do normal, your son will be there for you. And they tell you. Kulek said, I think men should learn leadership skills. Leadership skills is about influence, not dictatorship. Let me tell you something. What does it mean to be a leader? You being in position of authority, that does not make you a leader. That is why they say there's a huge difference between a boss and a leader. What makes a leader is you seeing things from other people's perspective. That is empathy and compassion. But you can still be as direct as possible. You know the reason me? You can still be as direct as possible. Okay, bye, we're doing it this way. You can listen to their opinion. You get me? Even when you're scolding is not big. You can scold without laying your hands, without doing anything verbal, anything emotional. So they know that we are on the same team. Abi, you don't understand how power they work? This behavior you're doing is going to affect every one of us. And the rest of the siblings, they need to know. Because there are ways that siblings talk to one another that you, the father, you might not be able to pass your point across. There are ways that your mother will talk to you that your father might not be able to pass his point across. But you have to be constructive with the way you talk as a father. Everything is not you are a foolish man. A foolish man. You have to let them know we are on the same team. What's going on? Like, what's going on? You don't understand what's going on. This is not the time for this, man. Kilo happen. Come and sit down here. Talk to me. What's going on? You make time for them. What's going on? Kilo share. You good? Okay, daddy, this is, and you listen. As simple as listening skills. A lot of men struggle with these things. That's why I said it is a continuous process. Go and get therapy so you can deliver as a leader. And this message is not so your father or any of our fathers can change. No. This is our generation. We have to change and make strong, better boys. From a young age, you can instill emotional maturity into them. Oh, need that you are abusive. Even if they are stubborn. Boys are known to be stubborn. That does not mean you match that energy. You have to be a man. If not, spend $1 billion on them. You will not get any return on that investment. You fail to understand. Oh God, this is a lot of message. Charlie, Kylie, Tomai. Oh, whoa. You get my point. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, I think we can really just listen to your opinion on Ashake's father. And you're so right, sir. I did very right now. Because, you have to be considerate. You have to learn to see things. Sure, we could someone talk if everybody makes mistake. So when you are with a child that is stubborn, you still have to apply common sense, not trying to match the vibe of a child. Or now. You understand? Kilo share, kilo happen. Be a good listener. Come and sit down. Come and talk to me. Kilo share. All right, what's going on? Talk to me, man. What's up? Remember, I'm your team. We're on the same team. What's going on? That is how you talk. Not, go meet your mother. Go meet your mother. Sure. You. You're going to learn. Yomi said they fail to understand. Most African parents are worst. I'm telling you, though. I get a lot of message from boys, from women. You don't understand? As simple as listening skills, to listen, to just sit down like this and just understand their thought pattern. It's too much work for most fathers from that continent of Africa. It is too much work. But when those children eventually become something, you feel entitled. Sure. Nibo. You feel entitled. Entitled my feet. Fuck off. They fail to understand and then start pity party in the future. Shout out to Yomi. Star 23 said, especially to this alpha male syndrome. You can make your son become a strong man without being abusive. I am telling you the truth. Only Boshin now, you don't understand? All these men that are doing amazing things in the world. Jeff Bezos, for example. Bezos, that man, that foreigner that came to America to come, he adopted him because he married his mother. Jeff said Bezos is a very, very good father. One of the first investors in his company. You have to know how to talk to your children. No, understand? Abuse. One mistake you can make. Once you start abusing their mother, once you start abusing their mom, I'm telling you, man, Oti gentlemen, that is for men. You have exhausted your options. Come on now. Oti gentlemen. Some men make us that take good care of our kids as fools and they expect the same treatment. I don't understand. Some men make us, I don't understand. I'm at a point in my life now, my dad is a good man, but we never had a relationship. Of course, any man that takes care of his family is a good man. I'm not disputing that fact. I'm just saying, for you to get a substantial, reasonable return on your investment as a man, you have to include / emotional contribution. A lot of African men are good men. They provide safety and security, but there is a missing ingredient. There is no emotional, there's no emotional support. There's no emotional anything in that dynamics. I'm telling you the truth. And you're hustling backwards. That's not good. So, those days when dad comes back from work, everybody leaves the parlor because of fear. You see what I'm saying? This is an African man, Fasal. Fasal said those days when father comes back from work and everybody leaves the living room. Everybody leaves the parlor immediately because your father is back and everybody might jackpot because of fear. Kilo day. You're the one. A father that is one that is paying for the shelter, the food and the clothing and their school. Everybody will go to their mother's room to go and stay because of fear, because they don't want, because if you're there, your father might start scolding you that you've done something again. I feel sorry for all these men. I swear to you, man. I knew one man shabby man. And I talk to them at least in a week. I'll get a message from an older man on this podcast, like twice. An older man saying that, okay, their son or their daughter does not talk to them again. I understand. You're the one that funded their lifestyle. I know it's shame. The dad must have sent the mom to tell him to talk too much to his mom. Yeah. Most of the things I know as a man, I have had to learn from a lot of men around me, which is good. Hey, shout out to Tenor World. Shout out to you, though. Spring feeling. Hello, Fobi. How are you? I'm well, Liba. How are you, my love? How are you doing? Shout out to the rest of you, though. So, to dumb down on this topic, we need to do better as men. You understand? This is our generation, man. We need to stop passing down pain and trauma. Go and heal. If you want to make your son tough, abuse is not the way. Abuse is not the way, though. There are ways you can do it. Are you telling me that you're better than Omole Olani? Omole Ola has children that are born with silver spoon that are doing amazingly well. Are you telling me that you're better than Mark Zuckerberg, who comes from money? Are you telling me that your father is better? No, you the father. Are you telling me that you're better than the father of Elon Musk, who is a multimillionaire that raised Elon? The family of Aliko Dangote. You're not better than them now. So what usually happens is those men will become abusive. Because I said something. I said contempt usually, English, usually. I said contempt usually lead to trauma. And when you develop trauma, there is always an outburst. There is maybe not necessarily to the source, but to other entities. There's always an outburst. No man goes into a relationship with his wife or with his, when he has children, and has any intention of abusing them. Trauma, outburst of trauma, outburst of trauma. That's why I said, do your self-reflection, know your shortcomings, and heal them. You can still create tough boys and respectable women, young ladies, and make them upright human beings in the society without being abusive. Nyela Wanso. Star 23. I read your comment, my love. Nick said the Ashake situation just escalated just because he's a celebrity. Such scenarios happen everywhere. It happens everywhere, but the father did not do well. He should not have come online to come and talk about things like that. I am disappointed. Because things like that can affect the platform of Ashake himself. Ashake is not a solidified artist. He has made a lot of hits, but he's freshly new in the industry. You get my point? He's just new. A lot of content creators that don't have common sense, they are saying, somebody should get me the account number of Ashake. I'll give him money. Are you dumb? Are you just dumb? Mm-mm. No. No. Okay. Okay. So sorry about that. I have some things I have to test here. So ìyẹn nìkan táwa ń sọ. So let's see. He has zero impact on his career and quick to bring him down. He has 6 more children. Aha. Oh, me, I did not even know that though. Rapak said the father has zero impact on his career. Like, take for example, Burna Boy's father. You don't understand. Burna talks about the influence of his father all the time. You don't know everything as a man. If your children say this is what, learn to give them your opinion and advice, but do not try and enforce anything. Most African parents, especially most of them, that comes out eventually, they lose the way with their children when they tell their children to do something, and that boy or that woman say, no, it doesn't seem right though. I would prefer to do this one. They lose their way. And eventually they will start crying and say, I'm the one that pays the school fees. Ìgbà yẹn wá ńkọ́? Ìgbà yẹn wá ńkọ́? Ìgbà yẹn wá ńkọ́? Ain't nobody give a damn. Ain't nobody give a fuck about that. Nobody gives a fuck. Ìyẹn là wá ń sọ. He cannot afford any stain at the moment. Yomi, I said that exactly. At this time, he cannot afford any scandal right now. And, as a fan of a young man that is doing well, Asake is doing well. He's a young dude. I can bet it with you. If he did not become successful and internationally known, his father would never have come out to say, that's my son. What I don't like about this whole conversation is there is this conditional love that most fathers show their children. That the only time you will be recognized by me, the only time I will acknowledge you is when you make something out of your life. And moms are very, very smart. Mom will usually present themselves to their children in a way that whatever the outcome of your life, I will always love you. But it will make me happy if you become successful. Oh, can't you see those two semantics? You get me? One said, I don't give a fuck. And the other one said, whichever one you decide to do, either you're good or you're bad, I will always be here to love you. But it's going to make me happy. So me too, I can say I have a son that is successful. This is how moms talk. You understand? And they will give motivation to to that child. And eventually, that child is going to make it. And the father will start complaining. They don't call me on the phone. They call their mother. Well, who are they supposed to call? Are they supposed to call your stupid ass? True talk, Baba. My mama, they always tell me, this is Yomi. My mama, they always tell me to talk to my brother because they understand me. Of course, there are certain ways that your siblings can talk to you. You understand? Especially if you guys are boys, that your father might not be able to get across to you. The mission has to be there that we are all team members. So when you shine, it's going to reflect on me. You guys can see I'm doing well. It reflects on you guys. I want you to make it, okay? Go to school. You don't have to get A or something. B minus, still that, but don't get C. B minus is okay. Be a good boy. Don't join band gago. All right, love you guys. That's how you do it. All that tough love nonsense, it's abuse. It is abuse. I'm telling you, it is abuse. That is not tough love. That is profound abuse. Nick said, this situation is just like vicious circles. It's been around for a long time. You know, understand? And what I've noticed from talking to different men since I started this platform, because this podcast has been it's been like an experiment for me to understand more about men. A lot of men dive into situations that they are not supposed to even be part of. Gangs, friendship, sexual dynamics, just because they are looking for somebody that will see them, a masculine figure, most importantly, that will see them as, you understand, you're doing your best. There's no reason why young boys go and join gang now. Most young boys will go and become gang members because of that masculine support. Otan, are you telling me are you telling me that it's all men that wants to become cultism? You know that English word now, that want to practice in cultism? No, it's not all men. But they will go into it because they need that. We are all human beings. One of the major problems is lack of vision. A man should have a vision for his family, but most men don't. Most men believe providing financial support, which entails food, clothing, shelter, that is enough. That is not enough. It's not even close. Enough, Nibo. It's not even close. Enough my feet. What I don't even like is that conditional love that is asserted. You get me? Like, who talks like that? That's some bullshit, nonsense statement. I'm telling you, I am not in support of that. All these successful guys that are doing extremely well. You don't understand? All these Femi Otedola, Jimovia, all these Nigerians, all these billionaires, their fathers are active in their life. And they tell you. This guy, what is that guy's name? But you be here, yeah? What is that guy's name? That bald-headed guy that I like, that sugar daddy of Lagos. Tony Elumelu. Tony, you don't understand what they talk? Our Baba were active. Everything is not money. Oh, sad, government. It's very, very sad. Look at this one, comment section. Scolding or no scolding, your father remains your father, regardless of whatever. It's nonsense talk. It's nonsense talk. What I'm talking about for the past 1.5 hours is stop passing down trauma. There are ways to do it. Are you telling me that you're raising better boys? You're not raising better. Are you telling me that you're raising better boys than all these multimillionaires and billionaires? You are not. You are not. Most men, they usually feel entitled. Most men, they usually feel entitled to the success of their children when those children eventually become successful, because they think, because, and I understand where that comes from, because you funded their lifestyle. But I said something earlier. Emotional contribution is far more superior than financial contribution. They tell you, far more superior. Let me read this. My battery is low. I tell you, man, we're running on 10% right now. Would you believe this? A lot of men struggle with listening skills. Even me still they learn now. Because it's possible you're listening to another man and you become frustrated. You understand? You need to work on it as a man. The expectation on your life is to be a leader. You are not a leader if you don't have empathy and compassion. What is the combination of empathy and compassion? When people are talking to you, you listen to them. Don't, you know, when people are talking and you think you know the right thing to say. No, you don't know the right thing to say. You don't know what it's like to live their experience. You listen to them. You listen. Be a good listener, especially as a father. Be a good listener. Most fathers, they take it too tough love. They take it too much. And they eventually become enemies of their own household. And they tell you, it is very, very sad. They become enemies of their own household. And eventually, they usually become by themselves. It is very, very common in African culture. And later in the life of most men, after struggling to provide for the family and do everything, they usually end up by themselves. By themselves. Nobody will even give a damn about them. It is very sad. Kulex said, thanks so much. Your podcast has challenged me a lot. Hey, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you and to the rest of you for your love and your support. Star 23 said, what is your worries about Gen Z's future as parents? Listening skills. They are not leaders, man. I'm telling you. Most Gen Zs, they have this selfish way of doing things, which is me, 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 me. I don't, for now, I guess it's because they are still young. Eventually they might change. They don't have this sense of service. You know what that means? Sense of service, like, to provide for a family, to raise kids and do all that. It's you providing service that you probably won't get a substantial return on, on investments. That is for men. You have to have that at the back of your mind. You get me? That's what we are saying. And the ego of a man would never allow a man listen to what I'm saying. I did what I did because we're talking about outcome of things. Maybe Walexi said, maybe Ashake's father is dying and need help. That is why he came out. Is that an excuse? You get me? Is that an excuse just because he's dying? Is that an excuse? That is not an excuse, my good friend. That is not an excuse. Real boss, this na my papa behavior. You see what I'm saying? Walexi said tough love is necessary at some certain age. Let me tell you something, Walexi. Tough love is not the same thing as abuse. You're obviously mistaking what I'm saying. I'm not saying men should not give tough love to their children. Tough love is completely different from abuse. Abuse day, that it is highly practiced in the masculine community between fathers and their children. Abuse day, we're not tough love day. Say, like let's say your son is crying unnecessarily. You understand? You can walk up to them and adjust their body and tell them to arrange themselves, adjust their face, which is something that our father used to do for us as child. Adjust our shoulder and tell us to stop crying. You are a man, stand up tall. That word that I talk about all the time, my father used to say it, stand up tall. You are a man. It is a man's word. Don't cry. What is going on? He said, no, which is, it's not enough for you to start crying about. We are going to get it. That is tough love. It is different from abuse. Abuse break boys down. It breaks their self-esteem. And as boys start going into society, they will know that whatever you've been doing to them, it is abuse. That is why they ignore their parents eventually. It's not because there are some bad kids. It's just because, that man is an abusive father. And most fathers have what I call fixed mindset. And as a man, as a leader, the expectation on your life is to apply growth mindset continuously. Because empathy and compassion is you putting yourself in people's shoes. Even when your son is ya bad boy, kale. Tenny. You see, let me tell you something. You see all those successful people that are, all these successful people you see, I'm telling you the truth. You don't want to know the kind of lifestyle they have been through. If their fathers have disowned them, they will never have become successful. We know because we come from that family. All those boys, all those boys are into things that will blow your mind. You don't understand? What's going on here? Abracadabra. I like that word. What's going on here? What's up, bruv? Same thing with a lot of young ladies. They look for that safe masculine. Exactly. A lot of young ladies, they go out there to look for that masculine support in spaces that they should not even be, because there is no room between their father and them. I'm not saying you should not give your children. You can give your children tough love, but don't be abusive. Most men are abusive. Emotionally, most men are emotionally abusive. They are emotionally dismissive. They apply emotionally negligence. I become a neglect. My English word, yeah. Oh, this English thing. Allah. This English thing. She. Oh God. Oh God. Neglect. Not negligence is different. Yeah. Skywalker said, today I am successful in my career beyond my expectations. I have my own son now. Shout out to you. My father is so present in my life that my father started seeing me as a so present in my life that my friends started seeing me as a weakling. Okay. What you exhaling is my own big bro. My papa is Okay. I kind of disagree with you today. Of course, Walexi, you are hoping to say whatever comes to your mind. But me, I said what I said. Tough love is completely different from abuse. Most men are abusive and they eventually call it tough love. And they tell you, if you do a better job, why would your son ignore you? Omoto nawole lori, a son that you spend a lot of money and time upon. If you do a good job, why would they ignore you? Why would they block your number? This thing is common in the world. If you do an excellent job, why would your son not want to see you? Omoto won law school. You don't understand? You did not, not you. That man did not do a good job. Now, we're not talking about Asake Fire. We're talking about men that move like this. It is very, very common in the world. And a lot of men will expect their children to understand. But everybody is entitled to define their own experience of things. What does it mean to define your own experience? It is my right to say, you call it tough love, but you dent me and you damage me this way. What usually happens? A lot of men ignores the experience of their children. Now we are talking about how women assert themselves in the life of their children. Are you telling me that woman does not know how to scold her own child, but she will wait for you to come back from work and make you come and deal with that boy or that daughter? Call it anything you want, Alexi. Olu said, valuable lessons here. Appreciate the knowledge, brother. Shout out to you, bros. Am I mute? Latte Kontimotin Soro. I don't think I'm mute. Oh my Domingo, man. Am I mute? Oh, my man. He said no. Oh, more. Loud and clear. Jasha. I said a lot of things, man. Let me charge my phone. So, does any of you want to come on here and if any of you wants to come here to talk, let's talk. Oh, Walexi, let me hear your opinion. Please call in. Call in. Let me hear your opinion. Let us hear your opinion. Why you think? Because abuse is abuse. Abuse. There are ways you can do it. You don't want an enemy in your own camp.
You don't want an enemy in your own camp. A lot of men will reach out to me and no one must shame me, man. I will feel bad for them. Guys, I removed the microphone because I have to charge my phone. My phone is 5% right now and I still want to talk to you guys. Hey, Labi, what's going on, bros? What's going on here? All right, we have calls in. Let's see. Skywalker. Let's start with Skywalker. What's up, my bro? What's going on? Where you calling us from today?
Good evening, bro.
Hey, what's going on? Where you calling from, bro?
Yeah, I'm currently in London.
Where?
Greenwich, London.
Hey, shout out to. Hey, okay, how do you guys say? You know, in Jamaica you say Wagwan Jamaica. How do you guys say it in UK?
I'll be like that boy, your guy.
I know say it be Nigeria girls, but how do I say for that way?
I still struggle with all those things, Jerry.
How you doing now, brother? What's going on?
I be alright, bros.
Follow me, talk, bros.
Yeah. See, make I no lie you. All these things you have been saying is something that I think is from our society.
Okay.
That the figure that they painted father. I'm just talking about the African society now. I'm not
Yes.
talking of general what's going on in the world.
Okay.
Like in the African society, they've made fathers just feel like, okay, all you have to do is just make sure you cater for your children,
Yes.
provide food, provide all these
And
things.
that is all. After you do
And
that, you don't
that's
have to do
all.
any other thing.
And they feel that once you have done all that,
You have done a
that
good job.
you have done a good job. You are a good father. In which that is like I feel it's like one. It's just one of many things a father figure should be in a child's
Exactly.
life.
Exactly.
Because me, I didn't experience all those things because while I was typing the other time, I had some typographical error. I was trying to express that my father was so present in my life
Yes.
to the point that my friends were seeing me that I'm a weakling, that you can't do anything without your father.
Yes.
You consult your father.
Yes.
That's the point at which my father was so present in my life. Where I am today, my mom tried. I'm not saying that my mom is a bad person or my mom didn't. In fact, it's as if we love our mom. It's not like, but the figure my father painted for me,
Aha.
the kind of thing he did for me, is just, I can't just say that, no, this man, even when everything I'm doing, I will have to call him. Even when I can figure it out myself. But because he has always been there, I'll still have to call him. Daddy, I want to do this. I want to do this.
And so you have
Again.
you have a father that is easy to talk to.
Exactly.
That is my point. That is exactly
time.
what I've been saying. I was talking to Alexi on this page. I said abuse is different from tough love.
Yeah.
Tough love. As you are right now, I'm pretty sure your father gave you some tough love. You have to stand up, my good man.
The funniest thing is that my mom is the disciplinary one. She's the one that used to flog us when we were younger and make we fuck up. To the point that when my mom beat us,
our father
we can
doesn't
go
even
and
touch
report
us.
to daddy that, see, mommy beat us today. I'm just talking of when we were infants.
Yes.
But any day my dad beat us, the thing that pains us is not the fact that he beat us, that the cane is paining us. It's the fact that you don't fuck up. Before my papa go beat you, you know, say you don't fuck up. Say we breaking heart, something like that. It's not always available like 24/7.
But when it's available, it gives you guys the time.
Exactly. All these things that when I go to my neighbor's house, like maybe they are watching TV, their daddy is around, they sharply off it, all those things.
Sharp, because they are, that is fear. That is exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, I didn't experience all those things. When if I want to play football, my daddy will buy football for us. I used to play volleyball in Nigeria.
Okay.
I played for a long time. I even played to under 17 before I left Nigeria and I came here. When I was playing then, I want to buy boot. My first boot. I'm not even scared. I'll just tell him, Daddy, I need to buy boot. Is it for volleyball? Yes, he will just buy it for me. He'll be telling me, he'll be showing me things. He will even be telling me that on Saturdays, every Saturdays, they know I don't do anything at home.
Yes.
I just go to the field to play. He'll still be telling me, are you going to field today? Let me drop you off. All those things were the things he did for me. Like to the point that even in my career today, bro, I've been trying. Today I'm in London. I tried to enter US. I tried to enter Canada to go and work. I couldn't get it. All those times, everything, even when I don't have money, he will fund it. He will tell me that, bro, the way we talk to me, the way, have you tried this one?
Yes, we talk to you like a friend. That is exactly what I'm saying. Like, okay, just it's called emotional support.
Yeah.
That is what I'm talking about.
And this thing I'm telling you, it's not that he's doing it to only me. He does it to all our siblings.
Uh-huh.
He does it to all, everybody's like that to our father. To the point that people, you even think, if you see the way we relate, you think that maybe I'm closer to my dad or than my mom. And
I
I'm
say this
also
all the time
closer
on this
to my
platform.
mom.
My good man, I say this all the time that if you see me talking to my dad, you think I'm some daddy's boy. Because I can be on his
Exactly.
phone. I can stay on the phone with him for 2 hours. Me and him, we talk about everything. We even talk about girls. We talk
Yeah.
about women. I tell you, man, I swear to you, me and my dad we were hugging one time. He came to my place in 2022. You guys should listen to this. Oh, we were watching this movie, Nigerian movie, and we were talking about the breast of that woman. My dad is 77 years old now. We're talking about the
Yeah.
breast of that, how busty the breast is. My dad
Yeah.
said, listen though, my dad said her boobs is originally that she does not need bra to keep it that way. I said, if she removes bra, her boobs is going to drop here. My dad said I should call Kashoki. Kashoki is my older brother, so Kashoki can confirm that. You understand? We talked about things like that for like 45. We say, my dad said, on your gogon lomo yeni. On your gogon. You know, conversations like that.
Yeah.
But then, when you see me talking to my mom, I'm my mommy's boy, Nimito. I didn't tell you.
Exactly the picture I'm trying to paint for you to
Yes.
understand where I'm coming from. Like this thing you are saying now, like when I took my wife home and I told daddy this is the woman I want to marry. What my dad told me was that, gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tó ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn, is this one you like? Because
Yes.
mi ní tẹ̀lé ẹ lọ síbi méjì o, tí má fi lè tẹ̀lé ẹ lọ síbi kan,
Yes.
ó ti tán nìyẹn o.
That is tough love. That
Shake
statement is tough love.
So when he told me that, and I told him that ọmọ kan tí mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn, my daddy said, pẹ̀lú ẹ sọ̀n, pé if na only that girl I dey follow talk, na him be say no be me born you. Say e no possible. When you say na only this girl, you get
That's where my dad did it.
So it's just all those things. I'm just giving you an example of the things.
My good man, my dad will look at my lips. My dad will look at my lips and say, it's getting pink, yo. It's fun of saying that.
All those things, like my daddy was the one that taught me how to ride bicycle. We'll be drumming in the house. Our mom would be saying that we are disturbing me and my young, because we are 4 boys.
Yes.
My mom would be like, "Would you people are disturbing? Yeah, like bad waking." My dad will come. He will scope us. He will take us to backyard. He will not teach us how to drum in
That's
another
exactly
way.
what I'm saying.
You will not teach us how to drum in another way.
He's dependable. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
He's a dependable father.
He's in his 70s now. He's in his 70s now. And all I want to do is just to make him happy. Like, she thinks, my dad, he has his own house. He built his own. Even when I was living in Nigeria, I just left all my property with him. I gave him my car, gave him everything. He just told me one day, I can't be driving your car, all those things. He will just, all those, till today, there are some things I want to do, some decisions. Like these things, he doesn't even understand them again because the system here is different. I will have to break it down to him. Okay, so that will help me to choose. Okay, daddy, I want to buy so this thing. I want to buy this TV, but see this TV is different. He doesn't understand, but I will now try to break it down to him so that he understands. When he understands, so that he can make a decision. All those things. Today I have my own son. He's just there. And all those things, he don't open my eye to the way I want to raise. Because I want my child to be like that to me too.
And definitely you're going to raise your son far better than your dad did, because this is modern time.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I've been talking about.
Yeah. So all those things now in Africa that we do, that we feel, it will make I just drop money. You must not
who talk like that?
Now, if in this environment that I live now, that I live here, when I see those Oyinbo, the way they treat their children,
I swear to you, when you go to the park, you see them playing. What is that? Baseball with their children.
God!
All these things does not happen in Africa.
It's so sweet when you see them.
It's so sweet. Who does not want that?
Like you see a father. Yeah, you see a father. Him and his wife, they'll be planning. Okay, so this thing, because of this one, let's save money so that this child can go, because they want to go to Disneyland. They start
Yes.
saving money for those
Yes,
children.
they will start preparing for just for that experience.
Just for that experience. It's not because of them.
It
And
don't
that's how.
experience for Miami.
So
Because
all those things is a normal thing in this
normal thing,
environment.
but in
here.
Africa,
But in Africa, it's different.
It's different.
And I feel there are many things I don't emulate among them, but I feel that one is one thing I love, although I experience it in my life. But then, it's one thing that I love about them. And I wish our African parents will learn all these things, because some people are saying, someone said something earlier that maybe Ashake's daddy was dying. That's why he had to come on. What if Ashake didn't make it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If that boy did not make it, I'm confident that the father would never have come out. Not that doing a job.
That's the thing. So nobody should make excuses. Me, I'm not saying Ashake shouldn't help his dad, but then these things is just as a result of the way he has raised the child.
Exactly.
That's just it.
There is no profound relationship among them.
Yes.
And the fact that man is even reckless. The fact that he came online on social media to come and is a reckless father.
Like,
I'm telling you.
You could not even get him through your family.
You get my point. Make a jollof son you now came on social media. That thing could have, that thing could mess Ashake's career out, because
it will affect his career. Yes.
Ashake right now is a new artist. He's doing well, but he's a new artist.
And any scandal
could mess him up. And things like this are very, very common, especially in Africa where we come from.
I don't know why our parents are like that. Some of them. My family, I had one of the best dad for me. Like, one of the best dad in the world. I would say it's the best dad, but I'm just talking because of my experience is total. This thing you said, that almost every successful man has a father that is supporting
every one of them.
101%.
I'm telling you, in this country we are in, every millionaire and billionaire, they have their father might not be the most richest, but they were active in their family, in their life.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Yes. I'm a living testimony of that, bro.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm not a rich man, but bro, where I've gotten to in life today, one of the reasons why before I left Nigeria, I was a businessman. I used to do business.
Okay.
I studied mathematics. I studied computer science. I tried to get a decent job in Nigeria. I couldn't get it. That's why I was actually moving. Despite maybe my sports, sportsmen don't make money in Nigeria.
Yes.
Except football.
Yes.
Except football.
Yes.
So all those things, I was just thinking, and I thought of, let me do business. I started my business in 2018 then. Okay. When I started my business, all I wanted to do was, my dad, he has been a businessman all this while. He owns a pharmacy.
Okay.
Yeah. So all those things I was just trying. Do you know that my dad followed me? I sell phones and gadgets, all these things when I was in Nigeria. My dad followed me to Alaba the first day I went to purchase my first goods after I finished training. Okay. He followed me. All those things. He took me everybody go, they look me, say, if the way he was even liaising with those people, you think he has done it before. But all those things is just, no matter how good I am, those things are just, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it's because he has seen life so much.
Of course, he must have seen life now.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He made it easy, and he doesn't get tired. Sometimes I'll tell him, Daddy, him go even they tell me, say, but you told me you are paying for this thing. Have you finished paying? He will be finding a reason to find the reason why he would tell me to make sure before I go give him that money, he go on make sure say I did 100% okay.
I don't give my money, get money past every one of us.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't give her any cover. Yeah, I don't give her a cover, man. Yeah, because how much can I give? I can't give him a dime, but still on
the reason why we give them money is not just because
it's not because they need it though.
Yeah,
you understand?
It's because you just have to do it. When you do it, I don't know, it's a way it brings joy to him.
Yes. Like, when I buy own your money.
Yes. My dad doesn't drink again. He used to drink to some point. When old age came, he stopped drinking. But if I still visit my dad today, if I still visit him today, he will still buy beer. He will still buy beer for me. that we'll sit down and gist
And just start talking about
and
everything.
just exactly you will still buy it. So all those things, I just wish everybody will learn from this
I hope
story
they
that
listen, oh. I hope they
yeah.
listen, man.
I just
Thank you
wish
so
they
much,
learn.
Skywalker, man. I
All
appreciate
right,
you.
brother. Thanks so much. I
Appreciate you, bro.
appreciate this. This is my second time of joining your life.
No, I
Thanks
like
so
you. You
much.
got that day, man. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for your love, man.
All right,
God
brother.
bless, bros.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Skywalker, though. He called from London. Shout out to him, man. You know, he's in the United Kingdom. To the rest of you, shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here. Let's get another person here real quick. Where's that person? I want you low. I thought I was another person here. That's exactly what I was talking about, Pay. All that tough love nonsense. Tough love is different from abuse. You see what tough love is? Abuse is yato. But we have so much accustom ourselves to say, you must not be nice to your children. Why? I know ain't shame, man. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. Oladayo said, this is why we have so many men that are Sims today. It is a result of trauma. People-pleasing tendency. What are the things that stems? What are the things that stems from? What are the things that creates people-pleasing? You don't understand. For one, you probably did not get enough love from your family. You are afraid that people might walk away from your life. That is the neglect, whatever that I was talking about the other time. The emotional abuse, the verbal abuse. Verbal abuse and neglect and all those things. This is when young men, young women, they find it so hard to stand up for themselves. You don't understand? You can't stand up for yourself and say, don't talk to me that way. Koyeni, unnecessarily people will walk into their life and abuse them. It comes from the way your father and your mother raised you and trained you. Koye, that's what we are saying. I don't think anybody wants to call in again. You know? I can feel a bad guy. Who is this? Kendrick. I think we have tried today though. We've done like 2 hours. 2 hours should be fine now. I was thinking of pushing it further, but 2 hours is fine. Guys, do you have anything else to say? Become better. If you're a man, you're listening to me right now. Today's live show is for men. Become a better man. Work on your traumas so you don't end up extending and transferring your pain on your wife and your children. Because I strongly believe no man just goes into a relationship. No man goes into a relationship with the intention of abusing his wife and his children. Every man wants to be a good father and a good husband. But when frustration starts happening, your trauma will come to the surface. Heal. Do your self-reflection and become a better human being. Look at this man that called just now, Skywalker. You know, he has a good father. Myself, for example, I have a good father too. And some men have good examples. But there are some men that are bad seed. There are some men that are very, very bad seed. You don't understand? That's what we are saying. Who is this? What's going on here? I don't want to send invites to anybody. I don't want me fair. Tani Morini by now. But where is Walexi? Let me go and find my Walexi. A lot of people will confuse tough love to abuse. Abuse is complete. Abuse Odao. Do not abuse your wife. Do not abuse your sons and your daughters. Because life is not forever. Make sure you are a reliable, compassionate, empathetic father. It's for your own good. Labi. She make I call you in. Labi, Alpha Bros. Shebe could call you in, make you come follow us talk. Then what Labi lo? Let me invite Labi. Abi Eme Bamidele. I want Temini here. Those are my people. They are like OGs of the platform. Where is Oti Jakpao? Kosalo. Oh, Amiba. Where is he? Labi Timorin said that. Okay. Yeah, I just sent an invite to Labi. They can wear Labi madam. Let's see. Bro, do you know all the Bowles brother? I don't understand. What do you mean Bowles brother? What does that mean? Let's go to Google to go and find Bowles. Ball brother. What is Ball brother? I will Monkoko. Oh, I know them now. These basketballers. Their father is the one that had his leg amputated a couple of weeks ago now. Is it not that one? Yeah. I know them. It was because of their father. A lot of men, let me tell you something. A lot of successful men, a lot of successful men, they have people behind them. The Yoruba people will say, Ajatoba Lord the, which simply means that anybody that has a strong hold, but you're going to accomplish great things, especially a masculine figure behind you. You're going to do great things, man. Big Tunde said, doing this life thing without a responsible father is painful. It is very painful and very, very slow. Is certain things that you're supposed to accomplish easy like this is going to take you longer if you don't have a responsible father. Okay, let's aspect Green Door. Alpha bros, what's going on? Where are you calling from today, bro?
Hey man, hey bro, I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Hey, shout out to United States of what's up?
I've been watching you for long, man. You give great
Shout out
advice.
to you. Shout out to you. Thank you for your love
Yeah,
and support. What's going on today? What's going on here?
yeah. I just wanted to talk about it. Yeah, the Ball brothers, they are a great example of having a father.
Having a great father.
Yes, having a
I'm
great
telling
father.
you, man. I remember their face. Even though I don't watch sports, I know these guys, man. Their father is
The way
extremely active.
exactly the way he's been active and present in their lives,
Yes.
to see them become successful like that.
Yes.
That's why I'm like, man, having that is so crucial in today's time. It's so crucial.
It is. It is. And that is one thing that I try to to talk about to talk about mostly on this platform, because we can't just point fingers and say women do this, women did this, women did that. Sometimes we have to check ourselves too as men.
Exactly.
We
And
have to.
another one is Serena Williams. Like somebody just said right now, all those people had present fathers in their
Yes.
lives.
Yes.
And then you think about your own life. If my dad was present, man, things would be different.
I said something earlier. I said there are certain things that, let's say, it's supposed to take you 4 years to accomplish. If you don't have a strong, responsible father, there's a big chance it might take you 10 to 15 years to accomplish that same thing that is supposed to take you,
Exactly.
4 years,
Exactly.
which is going to good schools or, having a good life. You get my point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But thank you for your love, my good man, though.
Oh, always, always. I'll continue.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right, bros. Easy, man. So, if you're listening to me and you're still here right now as a man, become a better human being. Produce good people that will create value to this life. People that will raise the vibration of this life. And they tell you, who does not like to have a child that is doing well? You don't understand? You see all these guys, we read about this guy. Me as a child, I used to read about this guy, Ari Akonde. Ari Akonde, they call him the backbone of Illinois. My father used to tell me about when our father was doing bachelor's degree in Chicago, Ari Akonde was doing master's degree. So Harry has been making money in insurance for a very, very long time. If you Google him, you will know him though. His firstborn is Olumide Akonde. That's the husband of Dakore. Oh, I love Dakore. Dakore is one of the most beautiful women I've set my eyes upon. God damn, she's beautiful. I would say she's one of the most beautiful women in Africa. She's gorgeous. She has the beauty of Annie Macaulay. Yes, the beauty of Mary J. Blige. You know those kind of beauty. Beauty where they crack. But Ari Akonde is famously known in Africa. And Ari said he looked up to this man called Dende Fernandez. Dende Fernandez is also from Lagos. Ari Akonde is not from Lagos, he's from Oyo State, or I don't know. But I know he has a house in Oyo State. Those guys, they had very strong masculine figure in their life. Dende Fernandez, I don't know about. But Ari Akonde has a strong masculine figure in his life. There is no, who does not like stories like that? You don't necessarily need money from your children, you understand, or you need them to come and feed you. But you want to hear that they are conquering the world, they are doing amazingly well. The most richest man on the whiteboard in the world right now is Elon Musk, that South African dude. I can't even begin to imagine how proud his father will be. You understand? His father will be very, very proud. The dad does not need, because the man is equally rich. The man is a millionaire. That's why I said, become a better human being so you can raise strong men. Abuse is completely different from tough love, man. Abuse is completely different. Yella Amaso. Do you guys have anything else anything else you want to ask before I go? Do you have anything else for me? Where are these guys? This one said Elon does not like his dad. That is politics. Look at this one. Elon does not like his dad. In what world? That is politics. Do you know what politics is? Elon is for money. Do you know what that means? He was born with a silver spoon. Nobody will want to do business with people who are born with silver spoons. People like the stories that, okay, your father is not present, so they can have something to relate to you. Look at this one. Elon does not like his father. Says who? Elon does not like his father. Don't follow all that propaganda. Look at this one. Elon does not like his father. In what world? Huh? So many keys today, big bro. Shout out to you, Grindo. A lot of people just listen to Elon does not. Elon would never ever have gotten to where he is, because the first time he left South Africa, he came to Canada to do bachelor's degree / masters. He left Canada, came to the United States to come and do another master's / PhD. Who do you think paid the money? Well, don't listen to propaganda. You better don't listen to those things. He does not like his father. Why? Did anybody mention to you that his father has investment in all his company? Oh, boy, if you don't like your father, would you allow your father invest in all your portfolios? Jeff Bezos, his stepfather that is his stepfather that is Bezos. Bezos has investments in all of his portfolio. You understand? Do you ever see him talk about his dad? People don't talk about their dad, especially if their dad is active in their life, because the world as we know it, people don't like stories like that. People like stories like you don't have a father, your father is a deadbeat. That's the story that works. Elon has no reason to hate his father, because their father is active. He's a businessman. That guy is a very, very aggressive businessman in South Africa. Very, very tough. If you don't have an example, it will be very, very hard for you to make something out of your life. Imagine powerful. You need that example. That's the reason why I'm saying this to you guys, because this is our generation. Let us heal our trauma. Let us make peace and balance our chaos. No man goes into relationship with the intention of abusing his wife and his children. But when you have trauma, unhealed trauma, you're going to pour it on your children and your wife. Understand? For men, we crave true love. You can get true love. You can get true love from your family. You can get true love from your women. You can be respected. Who is this? You can be respected. If anything in this world, Jeff Bezos is one of the most powerful men in the world. If anything happens to him, who do you think is protecting those men? You've never heard about those things before. What is that guy that owns Microsoft? What is that white boy that wears glasses? I used to forget his name. You guys should please write his name. What is that guy's name that started Microsoft? Bill Gates. Who do you think protects Bill Gates? His father. All those men, they have very, very strong connections. Mark Zuckerberg, for example, all those guys come from money. They come from they don't talk about it. Even his wife, they all come from money. The reason why, including Barack Obama, they all come from Barack Obama, his mom, she's from a very, very strong, wealthy background. They don't talk about all those things. Why? Because the world does not like men who come from two stable households, who are very, very strong masculine figure in their life. Abu Bonnie. All those Mark Zuckerberg, you think, you know, those guys will tell you stories like they come from the depths, like they did not make. Oh God, those guys have strong figures behind them. And you can do the same thing too. Because this is our generation, this is our time. This is our time. You can do the same thing. Don't become abusive. Don't become abusive. Heal your wounds. Become a better man. I'm pretty sure, I say this all the time. Everybody has one or two insecurities. So don't beat yourself. Be gentle with yourself. It's okay. As long as you acknowledge them and you find a way to make peace with it. Balance your chaos, man. You get me? Balance your chaos, my good friends. Balance your chaos. Francis said, when will you have kids? How do you know I don't have children? You don't know anything about me. How do you know I don't have kids? How do you know? How do you know? You don't know. How do you know I don't have kids? There was this person that came here that said, why do I talk about love with a woman? One said, I'm not married. They have to force me. Kito fi content gbogbo ring to wan be. Like, you know nothing of me, and I prefer to keep it that way. I prefer to keep it that way. How do you know? You don't know anything about me. Just listen to my word and become a better human being. Become a better human being so you'll be useful for yourself and those that own you. That's what we are talking about here. It has nothing to do with me and you. Do self-reflection and balance your chaos. Identify your traumas and balance your chaos. Become a better human being. No man, I know this for a fact, no man, I know this from experience too, no man goes into a relationship with the intention of abusing the love of his life. Oh yeah. But the trauma will take over eventually. That trauma that you don't want to make peace with is going to take over if you don't balance that chaos. That's what I'm saying. So, do we have any questions before we go? I hope the sound quality is good though, because a lot of things is trying to mess up. This light is fucking up. I need to get another one. It's not the ring light. You know those ones you put on your monitor? It's messing up. I've had it for like 4 years. I need to get another one. So okay. We'll try and upload this video to YouTube before Monday. You understand? I hope you guys learned one or two things. It's good to always have you guys here though. You know, if you guys become better, you know, it's going to benefit the whole space of this masculine world though. Because this is our generation though. This is our parents were more. This is no longer their time. This is our own time. This is our era. Whatever we say goes. This is our generation. We have to do better. You understand? We have kids now. We have family. We have we have to do better. And to do better, you know, the expectation on our life is there. It is fixed. We have to be leaders. And to be a leader, learn to apply compassion and empathy. You understand? When you have, what is that English word? When you have unhealed trauma, It is impossible to show other people empathy and compassion. It's impossible though. You think it's okay to abuse them. You understand? You think it's okay. That's what I was trying to tell Walexi. You would think it's okay to abuse your wife. You think it's okay to abuse your children because you have unhealed trauma. You think it's okay that they will just understand abuse is abuse. Abuse is abuse though. You know. Take for example, no one can talk to you or tempered. That is trauma. You need to find the root cause. Why you easily why are you quick to get angry? What is going on in your mind? You need to know these things. You understand? Being a man is not just having a prick. Being a man is you understand? There's many things involved to be a man. Just because you're making money, that is not you you understand, to be a man. And it is your responsibility to know these things. That is all we have, we've been trying to talk about for the past 2.5 hours. So the ritual as they go, man. Anywhere you are in the world, you're listening to me right now as a man. Stand up tall like this, chin up always. It is a man's world. It shall continue to be a man's world. There will never, ever, 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 ever be a time in this world that this life, this world, does not belong to men. It shall continue to be so. So stand up tall, stand firm, and be a man. Being a man is not the fact that you have money or you have resources. You being a man is not the fact that you have a penis and you have people to have sex with. You being a man, it is where you being able to provide responsibility. But don't make enemies out of the people that you are trying to cater to. You understand? There is levels to this, man. There is levels to this. Eventually, the hope of all men is so you don't need anybody to feed you. We are not talking about you needing your family to feed you or your children to come and take care of you. No. But you want them to respect you and love you. Oh yeah. Learn to raise your children to be independent enough to make their own decisions. Give them your opinion, no? You understand? But what do you think? Kilo risi, might make sense to buy Sheba you. Which is, it's going to make sense if you do it this way. Or what do you think? It shows that you have interest in their decisions. You get me? That is how you should move as a leader that you are. Because you are a leader, either you like it or not. You're born into this life to be a leader. At all, say it bad. The boss of your own house. But don't be a boss. Be a leader. And as a leader, you have to put yourself in the shoes of other people. You don't always have to understand what they are going through. You don't always have to understand their experience. But put yourself in their shoes and apply compassion. Not just for those people, but for yourself too. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. So all these things you see us saying, people like us, we made bunch of mistakes. Come on now. We did not read all these things in book now. We've made bunch of mistakes. We've done things we're not proud of. That's why we got to this level. Okay, nobody's going to go through the same thing again. And that's what we try to show you guys. I'll see you guys on Monday, man. I believe I spent a lot of time with you guys today. You guys know I love you, man. And I want the best for you guys. Today is for men. Understand? And every now and then, it shall continue to be for men. The podcast itself, it belongs to men. We welcome women, but we say this all the time that it belongs to men. This is our space. And the beauty of it is we are all in different countries all around the world. Continue to be better though. Self-reflect and become better. Be gentle with yourself, but become better. Become a better human being. Love you guys, man. I'll see you on Monday.